day for an exorcism.
Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
I'm Ben, calling every Russian epic commie.
I'm John. I work at Burger King and I got some problems with his bullshit.
I'm Cobra.
It's funny that you both like really shitty movies.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John.
Where's Ben?
No one knows.
I'm Cobra.
And we're going to be reviewing Critters 2 without Ben. As usual, he starts the series and leaves. Which one did he leave? Nightmare on Elm Street. The other Ben left Halloween. So
maybe it's New Line Cinema he doesn't like.
That could be. I don't blame him. Some of this shit. They have a Freddy Krueger thing in here. In this movie.
Yes.
So
did you watch Critters 3 then?
I did. Well, actually, I didn't finish the last 10 minutes of it, but
How was Leo?
fine. They tried to make him like a New York accent kind of thing going on, but like he's not good yet at that point. So
Not until Gilbert Grape.
no, it was pretty bad. The movie itself was not great.
Was it just critters in the city?
It was. They weren't even in the city. They were just in like a shitty apartment in the city. Like it was kind of like Jason Takes Manhattan, where you got all these lights and buildings and stuff, but he's in like the sewer.
That's New York for you.
Yeah, I guess. So Mick Garris directed this. Great. Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. And
Could be Rain Hartman.
I'll do. Yeah. I'll do Ben's part here. The budget was $4 million on this, and it brought in $3.8 million, so it lost money.
Oh.
I know, so close. And they decided to bring back Lin Shaye again, which.
And Brad.
Yeah, Brad comes back. Is it the same actor?
Yep. Charlie's back. And Harv.
Oh, that's right. And then Ugg and Lee are back. But Lee is throughout most of the movie a model, or what is it, Playboy centerfold?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's thanks to Charlie.
Yeah. Boobs in a PG-13 movie.
That's the 80s for you right there. This movie starts out with Ugg and Lee, and I guess they have Charlie with them now. They're killing some monster somewhere on some planet, and this weird-looking alien thing shows up and says that there's still Krites on Earth, so they don't get their bounty unless they go get them. Right?
Makes sense.
I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Did they
go back?
Did they get paid, or were they offered money in the first one to go get the Krites, or was it just like, go get them?
They were given a mission, I know that, but whether or not, maybe they're just the bounty hunters of the galaxy and they get called whenever they have to go clean up shit. I
don't know. Brad is going to visit his grandma in the town is Grover's Bend. And
this is the town where it happened, right?
Yeah. And everyone
seems to know about it.
They kind of do, but they're also kind of like it was bullshit, which is strange.
Yeah, what? Because they're like, there were aliens? These little critter things? Like some of the townsfolk, but clearly the cop knows. Harv.
Yeah. And then the one guy got drugged underneath his car and killed. So, they have at least one body. It seems like nobody gives a shit about Billy Zane. Like, nobody cared then, nobody cares now.
So this is an Easter movie.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Which, there's not a whole lot that happens that has to do it. Well, no, I guess there is a lot, because they find those eggs from the last movie.
Great egg.
Yeah, and they're like, let's paint these and spread them around town.
What's even weird is, like, he takes it to the antique shop, and this guy doesn't know what they are. They're just eggs. And he's like, oh, the church is having an Easter egg hunt, so I'll sell them there for $20. It's like, what?
And the fact that, like, people are, like, actually wanting to buy them, I'd be like, what the fuck are these? What are these?
Yeah, those don't look like eggs. Oh, he told him, I think they're, like, European or something.
Nice. We meet some people at a newspaper. Is that it? A newspaper?
Yeah, the daughter is
we have
Megan.
Two of the ugliest leads I've ever seen in a movie. Like, Brad's pretty ugly. Is her name
There's a little mullet thing going on in
yeah,
there, too.
An orange mullet. And then we got Megan, who's not that great. I mean, she's gonna try and, like, this goes nowhere. This plot point goes nowhere, where she's gonna, like, interview him or talk to him about the critters or something. It just kind of drops off.
And he looks like he's significantly younger than her and her somewhat boyfriend. And it's like, are you really going to make this kid the love interest of this girl by the end of Yes, you are, sort of. At least they didn't
it's sort
take
of
it too far. But
yeah, it's sort of kind of, because they really don't show a whole lot of interest in each other, and then they, like, force each other to kiss at the end of the movie just to do it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense. The other guy, that makes more sense. But
the other guy, do you know who that is?
No.
Do you remember the movie Heavyweights?
Yeah.
He was Lars, the guy that killed the Blob. He was, like, one of Ben Stiller's assistants, and he had a foreign accent.
Is that Tom Hodges? Is that who that is?
Maybe.
He throws Brad out of the... Where are they? Just a restaurant?
They're at that...
At the Hungry Heifer, we won't give you no fear.
And yeah, like, Brad comes up in there, and he's talking like he's gonna fight this guy, and he's like, I know karate.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you.
Shit, we got like
And then
5 plugs already.
Because he's 15, and the guy he's fighting is 30.
Yeah.
Not really a fair fight, but...
Well, I feel like Wesley gave him a break by just tossing him out the door. You know, he could have kicked the shit out of him.
Wesley is, like, one of the only characters that has any sort of arc in the movie, because he goes from, like, badass dickhead to wanting to help and save the town by the end of the movie.
Right,
so,
right.
Good for him.
Yeah, I was happy he didn't die. Or did he die? He didn't die.
Trent could have learned something.
Right?
From Friday the 13th, right? Be a little nicer, maybe you'll live.
I'm still on Trent's side, though. I'm not going to change my opinion. Invite all your...
He told me we were supposed to take the boat, so what am I going to do? I'm going
Right?
to take the boat. I'd be like, fuck you. Yeah, that's an asshole move.
Don't put your shoes up on my family's furniture. Fuck you. The bounty hunters get to Earth, and one of them takes the form of the Playboy model, and then they have I don't know who it is. It's not the sheriff, is it? Or is it the sheriff that dresses up as the rabbit?
The new sheriff
Right.
dresses up, and they're like, Harv would have been here with bells on, and you shut up and just do your job.
Right. So, that's right, because Harv got voted out as sheriff and replaced by this guy.
Yeah. And at this point, they have colored the Crite eggs.
Giving them to
put
kids.
them out for the children
Yeah.
to have an Easter egg hunt.
Good move, guys. But they hatch, and they attack the sheriff in his rabbit costume while people are at church.
Oh, they killed Quigley first, the antique owner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Some of them hatched there because they were near a heater or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kill Rabbit Suit Guy.
Yeah, Quigley just kind of came and left. Like, he was barely in the movie. So, you kind of had a feeling he was done for. But the rabbit suit thing, there's, like, holes punched in him. Like, 6 or 7 holes punched in him. And they're insistent that it was a farming accident. Like,
How?
what? Nobody really
And he comes,
specifies.
What is good, though, he comes flying in through the church window,
Uh,
and later on in the movie, when the town gathers there, I'm like, no way is this movie gonna have that. And they had it boarded up, like they had it fixed the window. And I was like, oh, there's continuity at least, because I thought the church would have been fine again.
yeah.
Like, that never happened in a movie like this.
People still think it's a farming accident, and then the critters eventually, like, start terrorizing people. And that's when the bounty hunters show up and start blasting. And
Charlie reunites with Brad.
right. But
We've all been waiting for that.
yeah, we were really anxious about that. Eventually, I think it's Lee that is Lee's the one that is a Playboy model. And
Yeah, he's the face changer.
she makes her way down an alley and gets jumped by these things. And they kill her. Him. Whatever that thing is. Him, her, it. They kill it, and Ugg just kind of goes back to alien form and doesn't want to fucking do anything. So, yep. Sad. But, I don't know. This movie... The problem with this movie is that it's kind of hard to describe. You know, it's kind of like stuff's just happening. Critters are just there.
Yeah, they just go from different town scenes with critters rolling in balls and...
Yeah. Before Lee dies, the bounty hunters go into a restaurant and the critters are just kind of acting crazy. It reminds me of Gremlins, big time.
He's exactly like Gremlins.
Yeah. I mean, they're eating everything, and the bounty hunters come in and they're like, uh-oh. And then they just start shooting them. It's just kind of... When that happens, I feel like the critters aren't much of a threat. Because they just kind of go, oh no! Yeah, you just shoot them, blow them up. Some of them get ran over. Some of them just get stepped on. I mean, at one point they're throwing themselves at a truck, and they just get run over.
Yeah, it's something new they're doing this time. It's this roll,
Mm-hmm.
bounce at you technique.
Yeah, and
they do dent the truck a little bit.
They dent the door. But, they come up with a plan, and the plan is to lead them to a church. No, the burger shop. They want to lead them to the burger shop, right?
At first, they all meet up at the church
Right.
to come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the critters are forming a giant rolly ball, too, I think.
Yep. They're also all gathering to eat a cow together. Like, they watch as these critters roll down this path, and they're all meeting up at a cow. Yeah, they're having a meeting, a critter meeting or something. So they come up with an idea that they must all work together, or they must all travel together. So let's get them to go to a place where they can get food, and then we'll blow that place up. And also, Ugg turns into a giant critter to, like, kind of lead them, which...
And he says, the good thing about burgers is that there's no bones in them.
Oh, that's right,
So he
because
starts rolling towards the burger barn,
they're going towards...
and they follow him.
They're going towards the burger barn. They turn around to go back towards people, and he's like, wait, bones. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
They all go into the burger shop, and it's so funny because the townspeople go into a shop, and there's just like boxes of stuff that just say explosives on it, like they're selling that to people. And they got the old school dynamite thing too, with like the lever that you push down and shit. Yeah. So they throw all this shit into a truck, and they have a montage where they're just dumping burgers and different food on top of dynamite, which is really funny. They get them into the burger shop, and Ugg gets out of there, and they blow it up, and you're like, huh, that's it. But no, because now they're a gigantic critter ball, which rolls back towards the church, and there is a scene where they run over somebody, and all that's left is like bones and nasty shit. And
So, me and Robin watched a documentary a few weeks ago, and Critters 2 was on there, and the Chiodo brothers made the big rolly ball.
Okay.
And in the one scene, they had to run behind it and push it while it was next to the car.
Yeah.
And you can see the leg in the one
Oh,
scene
nice.
of someone pushing the big critter ball. But I was like, that's where it is. I saw it, and we just watched a documentary, not on Critters 2, it was on 80s movies in general, like lesser-known 80s movies.
Mm.
And it had them on there, and they were talking about the critter ball. And they're like, we just pushed it. We ran behind it and pushed it. And you can see the guy's fucking legs in that one scene right behind it.
I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. So,
And the effects are fine for Critters 2.
right. Like, and I could see why this would be on a documentary of 80s movies you don't think of, because I really don't think of Critters very often until we started doing this. It's just not something that pops into my head very often, but...
Yeah, like, what was the budget on Gremlins 2 compared to... I mean, I know they did so much more with animatronics and stuff, but, like, they're pretty much the same thing.
Right. I feel like
money.
Gremlins 2, though, they put more money into, like, actors, like, well-known actors.
Special
And,
cameos. And,
yeah, Hulk Hogan shows up at one point, and... Yeah, this one is just... It's just going on effects, and just, I think, novelty more than... Because I don't know who any of these fucking actors are other than Lin Shaye, and I'm not real excited to see a Lin Shaye movie.
No, you're never excited to see Lin Shaye. Ever.
So, this ball is rolling towards the church, and it looks like they're going to go in there and eat the children. But Charlie has taken the spaceship and pulled a Randy Quaid. And crashes into the critter ball, and you think that he's dead. But it turns out he also pulled a Batman and ejected out before it crashed. So,
Wow. I mean, incredible, Charlie.
nice job, Charlie. Way to go. And then this ending, I think, takes too long. I think it just takes too damn long. Because Ugg has now taken Charlie's face because I guess he was brave, so...
We thought he was dead, or yeah.
Yeah. Brad's getting ready to leave, and they stand outside this bus for a good 10 minutes. This scene just drags on, and him and Megan are going to kiss eventually, at some point. But Charlie comes back, he's got a parachute on and shit. I have a question, and it's Critters 2, so who fucking cares, I know. But my question is, was Brad, when he came to town to see his grandma, was his plan to visit his grandma until exactly when the critters went away and then hop a bus back to his parents' house? Like, he stays only that long. And then he's like, oh,
Yeah.
the bus is here, I'm out of here.
Maybe he had a premonition that the Krites were still there.
Yeah, that could be. Alright, so, yeah, Charlie's fine. He becomes the sheriff just, I guess, out of... because he has a badge? Is that it? I mean...
Left, yeah.
The real sheriff is dead.
My last note is Charlie's the new sheriff in town.
Right, like... Okay, so the actual sheriff is dead from a farming accident.
Oh, he actually came and saved the day at the church for a minute.
He did.
We didn't even talk about the dramatic part where a little girl goes out on a tricycle or something, and she's getting surrounded by critters, and Brad tries to go save her. And
Does nothing.
Then Harv shows up and shoots something. And
Yeah, he's like, I'm back. Yeah. And that's all he does. I mean, that's literally all he does. Shoots one critter, he's like, I'm back. Oh, right, and they're in the church, and he's calling everybody a bunch of pussies and shit. I love that. So, yeah, I like Harv in this, but he's not in it enough. I feel like he could have done more. I would have rather had him as the hero than Brad. Brad is useless as shit. Like, ugh.
Is he done? He's not in the third one, is he?
No, he's not. Charlie comes back, and that's really it. So, and Charlie's barely in it too, which is annoying. Like, he shows up at the beginning, then he's gone for an hour, and then he comes back for like 5 minutes. So,
Flying spaceships and such, huh?
mm-hmm.
Or being a sheriff?
Well, no, he has the badge, but he's not in the town anymore. He's gone fucking insane, I think. He's just like, I was a sheriff, and they're like, okay, crazy man. So, and then Ugg leaves, and those two aren't in the next one. So, well, I mean, Lee's dead, but Ugg's just gone. So, that's it. That's Critters 2. So, what do you give it?
Critters 2, I give a 6. I think it was fine. It, for a sequel, a low-budget sequel from and I watched it when I was younger, so I liked it. I wish the first one was better, but this one did have a little more stuff. It just amped it up a little bit. There was more stuff going on. The plot is The forced love story is but, I can get around all those things because it had boobs. It's PG-13.
Yep.
And Power of the Night is quite a ballad.
Yeah. I gave it the same score. I gave it a 6 because I gave the last one a 5, so I had to give it a better score. So I gave this one a 6. It had more happening. That's really it. Like, it still isn't great, but I mean, it's pretty good for what it's supposed to be. I mean, you're right about everything. The love story is pointless. I don't know. There's no real plot. It's just there's critters. That's it. I mean, there's more critters. Gotta get rid of them. They're kind of like a pest, so gotta kill them. Other than that, I mean, I like Gremlins more than Critters, but I feel like they had more of a budget, like you said. They had more to work with. This isn't bad, though, at all. And I like the Chiodo brothers. I mean, everything we've watched of theirs. Well, I can't say everything, because Ernest Scared Stupid is a fucking terrible movie. Just fucking awful. Yeah, but that's more on Ernest. I think the troll effects are fine. I think those guys are pretty good at what they do. So...
yeah, the trolls are fine on that. It's definitely not that made that movie awful.
No. All right. If you want to get a hold of us, facebook.com/horrorcasting. We're on Twitter @horrorcasting. The show is on Spotify now and iTunes also. We're on Podomatic and YouTube. Am I missing anything? I don't think. Did I say...
I don't know. It's been a while since we've done, so I don't remember.
Gmail, maybe? Yeah, horrorcastings@gmail.com. Write in. Let us know what you think of Critters. So, I think that's everything.
Thrill me.